you on the ground with a choke. You want to push you backward. As soon as he chokes you, you want to strike. So in slow motion, we do a vertical punch straight to the solar plexus. Knocking the wind out of the man. For that second we knock the wind out of the man, we come to the hand. Okay, we call what they call a kono-ho-gaesh technique. Okay, there's several wrist locks that we use, very effective wrist locks. There's what they call gakun, kono-ho-gaesh, koto-gaesh. We have three primary wrist locks. Now, there's several ways you can go with this. Of course, you can do the kono-ho-gaesh, which is rotating it. You can come straight down on the man, which is the gakun. Applying out, grabbing the hand here, bring him down. Now, if we have another attack and we see the other attack come, we don't want to play with this man. So we want to use him as a shield, or we want to get rid of him right away. Especially when it comes down to multiple attacks. A man with a weapon especially. If he has a weapon in his hand, a knife, a gun, and the man's coming at you, you want to use this man as a shield. Okay? A gun, as you very well know, your chances are very slim to getting away from a gun, especially when it's at a distance. For the most part, when a person attacks with a gun, you can only take the gun away when he's sticking the gun close to you, sticking the gun in your gut, or coming close to you with the gun. You don't want to try to take the gun away from 5 foot away. So, once we have the man striking here, we come across into the wrist lock, which is a kono-ho-gaesh. We rotate it. Now we have what we call a shibori, attacking the radial nerve. The radial nerve, right across the arm, runs straight down the arm. When we're attacking it, we call the wash rag technique. What you do is take this hand, which is your kono-ho-gaesh, and take this hand and do this. A lot of pain involved here. The man will let go of everything. Too much pain. You will snap the arm, break the arm if you apply hard enough. If I lock it out this way and I apply it this way straight down, I will break the arm approximately in 7 places. Okay, the arm, the radial and the bone line up with each other and they crack. That's the same thing. This is all you're doing is applying a gakun technique straight down, locking the arm up. So this, from here to here, we normally can bring the man down. Of course, we can rotate him. We can move him around here. We can move. We can move from here. We can go anywhere we want. We can use him as a shield. And once we have him, we can lock him down, break the arm. Okay? Now, to do it one time fast, what it looks like as soon as he grabs, now we have a lock. Very painful. This man's not going in. You can also just get rid of him, get ready for the attack. Now, of course, there are variations of this. As he chokes, 1, 2, 1 for in this position here. If we have a hard time, the man feels strong, all we do is rotate our body over, locking up with our arm straight down his elbow, breaking his elbow. Now this man has really become a good shield for us, because we can move with him. We can move him. If another attack comes, we can move him. We can throw this man into our other attacker, right to the legs. Okay? Very important to use this man if he's available. That's one of the reasons why in close quarter combat situations, in multiple attacks especially, when you get a hold of a man, hang on to him, control him, that's important, because you can use him. So, once again, real fast, and we're moving. Of course, when we want to break the arm, just pull back, pull forward. Now, if I really want to get nasty, I can come around here, snap the arm, bring it in here, and just drop to my knees, and of course, I'll cause quite a bit of damage here. See the lock in here? This is a gakun here. This is the lock. All we do is drop. Okay? Like okay, next one. Next one will be off a roundhouse punch. Very common, again, the reason why I'm teaching these particular techniques is they're the common attacks on the street. The roundhouse punch, man comes in with a roundhouse punch, we call it dead arm block. We don't do the hardcore blocking here. Okay, we don't try to do this kind of motion here. Why? It's too traditional for street technique. Plus, you can't play with this man. You don't have time to play when there's another man attacking, another man behind you. Okay? There's another man behind, all of a sudden you catch him at the corner, you know he's there, you know you saw these guys ahead of time, you know that, oh, this is one of these guys that's part of that gang, there's 3 guys. Okay? Get rid of them. The one attack you have is from here, we call it dead arm. See how he drops right down? All you do is using a shuto, knife hand strike, on the bicep or crock of the arm and dropping the weight straight down. A lot of damage done, especially if you go across the forearm or the bicep. As we block, we don't let him get past this way. What we do is we block here and lock up. Notice the technique here. What we did was we locked up before he has a chance to use the other hand. He's already in a lock. Feel the lock? Beep, sir. And of course, I came in with the throat technique. which is a strike here. Once again, if I have problems with a man and he starts to pull me back, boom, I bring the hand right behind the head, strike. And again, I can use it as a shield. But I know another man is close to me, they're attacking. Or, ultimately, you want to get rid of the man, lock, strike in, lock, break the arm. Now you can just drop back here. If you see a guy coming this way here, boom, break this arm here. Okay? And let this man come in. As he comes in, you're able to take care of him with your kicking, punching, or shield him with this guy, or just rotate this guy across. Now I want to drop him back. In here, I break him on the ground here. Especially if he's the last attack, and we know he's the last attack. We break. Notice my knee is on here, elbow here. Okay? Okay. Next attack will be with a knife, please. Sorry. Knife techniques, very common on the street. There are attacks that everybody pretty much is mystified over because everybody wants to know how to protect themselves against a knife, which is the most common weapon on the street. Everybody carries knives, especially in the cities. When you see a knife, please, man, can I have the knife? Man attack with a knife, he's in this position here. Okay, he knows how to use the weapon because you have to get through this arm. If he goes to grab my arm here, I'm in here. I'm slicing here. Normally it's an upward cut that a man will be using and flying on the street. Why? Because the weight of the body is a downward weight. It's just like the chicken. You always cut up through the rib cage, not down because you can't cut. So it's always slicing up. Okay, it's never slicing down. Or straight in here. And these are your vital organs, normally from the chest area to 3 inches below the belly button or so is your vital organs. The organs that are really gonna, anywhere in this area actually, from underneath the neck down. So this is where a person's gonna aim. If he knows how to use the weapon, he's gonna be with his hand out here. If he doesn't know how to use the weapon, he's gonna be out like this. Like you see in the movies a lot of times. They come in like this. Okay? Once again, just to explain something, if you see a man who knows how to use the weapon, you put the hand out here, and the leg is forward. You know he's gonna attack. I'd rather see you get your leg cut than rubber body. So that's when you need, your knee kicking comes into effect. Your side kicks here, okay? Never try, never mind this stuff here. Never try to just use your high kicking. High kicking here will not work on the street, okay? Not with a knife, because you're gonna be in trouble. Too much time. Some people have super kicks, and some people say, oh, she's the fastest kicker in the world, okay? Better that you don't take the chance of kicking, even if you can afford to kick fast and know that you can knock this man out with a kick. Because you're obviously opening up your target area. And this, you won't open your target area. You're still protecting yourself. You tilt to your side. With a side kick, boom! Okay, you're still protecting here. I'd rather see you get cut on the side than in the front. So, the attack we're going to use will be a straight lunging attack. As he comes in, we give the man a target, we take it away. It's just like saying to the man, okay, here's my target, let's take it away. So, ready? Hey, in this position here. Come in, 1 here, okay? In this position here. 2, instead of cross, we use kotegaesh. Coming back to this position here, and then 3, we're gonna come down here. What we have here is kotegaesh technique. Drop it, so we can take the knife away, we still have the lock. Okay? So as he comes in with targets here, 1. Again, we don't threaten a man. We don't do this. A lot of times I see people that come here, bam, 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 bam. You don't want to use techniques where you're coming in hard, real hard here, and then hard here. Okay, sometimes it will work. I'm not saying if it's instructed that way, people teach it that way, it's wrong. I just don't believe that a man, your chances are going to be real great using that particular type of defense. Because when a man comes in and you have a sneaky, soft defense, where the man says, oh, what happened? I didn't feel anything. He's immediately pulling back. As he pulls back, we have a lock. The man will never stay out there with a knife. He'll come in, boom, come back. Okay, so it's real tough to use traditional type kicking, punching when it comes to knife techniques. Where, for that matter, just about any type of street technique. So when he comes in, you want to move, hey, in here. See how I grab? Immediately. And then from here, I'm down. And then I come with the knife, boom, I need to use the knife. Or I'm ready for the other man here. I'm ready to move, okay? Or other men, or women, for that matter. Okay, right? So, we just did this is also usually one of the jiu-jitsu technique, kata number 4 is what it is. So, a little bit of speed, hey, 1, 2, hey. Now, of course, I can always roll him, keep him locking here. Okay, keep him here. And of course, I can watch for the other attackers that are around me. Sharp grade self-defense, the multiple attacks, you make sure that you use this man at every possible chance you have. The man that's attacking you, if you can use him as a shield or bring him down and use him down there, your chances are going to be a lot greater because for the most part, your attackers that are attacking you will not want to hurt their fellow attacker. Okay? Next attack. Man comes in. Please, move back over here. Sir. Man comes in with attacks, coming up to the midsection area. Wait, please. As he comes in, watch. 1. We're locking in here. Okay? What we're doing is we're avoiding the rest of the body in front of the knife. We're trying to just get to the side slice, so if anything gets cut, it's the leg. As we avoid it, we're using just a downward block, which is here, strong block. But you cannot do it straight on. Number 1 is too strong straight on. Number 2, you want to get to the side slice. So if it does come up, it's real strong. You start moving up here. You can move in to the lock in here, breaking. And ultimately, that's what you want to do. For the variation in a situation like this, instead of blocking here, 1, and then just coming in here, and then we come in across in here, locking and throwing the man. We want to be able to have trap door for this too. So if we have to throw him, we throw him here. Once again, we take the knife away. Just slice wherever we want to slice. Strike, in, boom. Okay? But if the man does come up, 1, we grab in. As we come in here, as he starts to come in, please, sir, we can just let him go right past us and lock. See the lock here? Then we just break the knife away, fall to the ground. Now from this position here, he's in trouble. Okay, because I have a nice lock here, and I can also throw him again here. Of course, I have an armbar lock in here. These are techniques we always use when it comes to multiple technique. Why? Because they're the most common attacks. Always find your most common attacks and work on them as best you can in self-defense if you can, please. One more knife technique. The reason why I'm showing you several knife techniques is because they're the most common. This one's off a slash. As the man comes in, slashes 1, 2, we're going to block. Very dangerous, but accurate technique. As the man comes in here, we block, we're just going to grab the wrist, we're going to come across here. We're going to throw the knife back at it. As we throw it back, it's going to pass here, lock in here, switch hands, and cause a lock here. Now, of course, you can take the man down here if you want. So as he comes in, hey, 1, 2, blocking in here. Now, if you block properly, the man could actually drop the weapon. We don't want to drop it here, okay? Or, from this position here, if you have any trouble, break. So all you got to do is break. Okay, once you break, he's in trouble. Straight down to the ground here, lock. But the technique we're showing is slice, 1, 2, throw it across, and lock. In here, the man will immediately drop this weapon when you apply the pressure properly. Okay? This is garrote, please. Sir. Next technique is from a garrote, which is a rear attack. We'll show two rear attacks, one with the garrote, one with the bear hug, which are very common in multiple attacks in the sharp weight that we do teach. And again, they're common attacks. They're attacks that will be used. What you see here are the most common attacks. Okay, please. From this position here, man's coming in with a choke. This is what they call a garrote. Okay? We want to try to get a thumb underneath the garrote. If it's a piano wire, you're in trouble because you don't have much time. Or a thin piece of rope that's strong, like a nylon rope. But if it's a garrote that's a rope, regular rope, or a belt, you have much more of a chance. You want to try to get your thumb underneath the garrote or the finger so that you cause a gap. At the same time, you're striking. You step to the side, you're striking. Once again, it's a reaction. You have to be able to think with a quick reaction. You cannot think slow. If you think like this, and you think mechanical, which is the way you learn. Once you learn it, that's what the shark-bait supplement is all about, the multiple attacks. Once you learn your technique, everything should be performed with one attacker after another attacking you, so that you can identify with technique, identify with self-defense, understand your movement, understand where you're going to go, what's going to happen. The guy in the street doesn't attack with slow movement. He attacks with fast movement, swift. Sometimes you don't even know what's coming. Okay? From here, strike one. Now we're coming across underneath here. Now, of course, we just loosened his grip up. If you have a big guy, or we know there's another guy coming here, we turn the side front, boom, we bring him to the knee and strike here. Now he's my shield, once again. I don't need to do too much more than that. If I have to, I just take one step back, break the arm. Okay, get rid of him. But in the kata that we teach, which is the fundamental technique, the easy technique, 1, 2 around, and we throw. We get rid of him. Now we're ready. Now, of course, we have this, if we need to use this as a defensive weapon. So one more time, fast, Pete. Sir. You ready? Hey, hey. Yeah! Also, you attack the man when you're finished. If you have to, when you throw him on the ground, and you know that you need to attack him, you can attack the eye area, the throat area, the groin area. Okay, you can follow the man. Okay? Okay, next one. Bear hug from behind. Okay? From this position here. Man attacks you from bear hug from behind. Very common again. Okay? Especially for the ladies on the street. Bear hug from the front, bear hug from behind is a very common attack. What we want to do from this situation is we want to try to make room by shrugging our shoulders forward and getting our hands to rotate. So it gives us breathing room. Because the minute it gives us breathing room also gives us a little bit of a gap to step, which is very easy. He's holding tight. We can always shift the hips. Tight, feet, tight. Even if I came over, I can shift my, I can always reach back and grab. The object here is just to get a little breathing room so it doesn't knock the wind out of you. As you come to the side, 1, we're striking here. Okay, short step, strike to the groin. Notice I have the hand straight between the legs to the groin. That's 1. 2, immediately. Several techniques you can use from here. You can grab the hand, okay, and lock in here. Feel lock, Pete? Yes, sir. And then drop forward here, throw them, and you have a lock in here. Or you can go to the rear of the man, depending upon where the attacker, the next attacker is moving. If you know the next attacker is coming from a certain area and you see him coming, you want to try to use this individual, okay, to protect you from that other attacker. Use him as a shield. Throw him in front of you, or hold him in front of you, or lock him up in front of you, I should say. Okay? So we have that technique one more time. I'll show that. Please, from behind. So we have we have a lock in here. Okay? Now we have him locked in this position here. Man comes from here. We can use our kicks from here. We can be ready from here, no matter where the man comes from. Second attack. The man comes in with attack from here. We strike and put a gap. Strike 1. Get behind the man here. Sit him down a lap. Okay? Man's coming in from this position here. You can go anywhere. We want to take this hand, just bring it up like so. Get rid of it. Rotate the body the other side. So you're eliminating the man from one side to the other. Your strong point is to try to turn the opposite direction of where you're throwing when you're throwing in those particular attacks, so the man can't hold on to you and pull you down. Next, please. Gun. Gun technique. I'll show you one gun technique because there's maybe altogether 8 or 9 good gun techniques that are real effective. Of course, you can be shown a lot more, but it's risky. When a gun, okay, comes into play on the street, I always advise my students and advise any citizen that I teach that if they have goods, give it to them. Take your chances. Hopefully the individual will not use the gun. If a person has the gun this close Okay, from here, anywhere from here to here, you can take the gun away. With risk, nothing becomes that solid when it comes to a gun. No one's going to tell me, and I'm sure that most of us know, when an individual has a gun and he's pointing the gun at you, whether it be from here or here or here, that your chances aren't going to be real slim that you're going to get the gun away. So you have to really be confident of these gun techniques. The one gun technique I'm going to show you is the gun technique where a man sticks the gun in your gut. And know when a person puts a gun in your stomach, it's just like a knife. He doesn't know how to use the weapon. If he knows how to use a gun, he'll come from back here. Very hard to get a gun back here. Then you better give him everything you have. When he sticks the gun out here, he doesn't know how to use the weapon too well. So when the weapon's stuck in your here, what we're doing is say it's in your chest area or your stomach area. Most of the time it's always up here or here, the gun. It's always low when it's hidden. Okay? Man comes in, your hands are up like so. Okay, just like I said, please don't hurt me. Okay, very confident. And again, playing the game is important. If you know this man has a gun in your gut and there's other people there that are attacking you, most of those times you'll have other people that are ready to attack. They won't attack, they want something from you. Your money, they want, if it's a case where it's a woman, they want to rape you. You either pay attention to what they have to say or pay the price. Okay, but first you have to concentrate on the most important weapon of all, the gun, because this is what's going to kill you before anything else. So, if a man has a gun in your gut, what we're doing here, the technique here is a very quick technique, and the way to practice is with a cap gun. Get a cap gun, and you shoot. And you take away the gun, like so. Okay, and the reason why how I took the gun away, I took it away in about a second, was taking and moving the direction of the gun from one side to the other. At the same time, I'm attacking again the wrist, because the wrist controls the gun, the hand and wrist. As I attack it, I'm attacking on a straight crossover angle. The gun is going at a 45 degree. Why? Because once I hit the gun, I want the gun, if it grazes me, to graze me here. Anywhere in here. I don't want to see it shoot me here. So once I attack it down. I don't want to attack it up this way. I don't want to try to take it way up. Anybody who tries to grab a gun away coming up does not know how to utilize this technique. So what you want to do is you want to come down 45 degrees. As you come down 45 degrees, you roll off the gun. See my roll? As I roll here. Now, all I do is pull the gun up in that direction to the sky, and at the same time lock it. Now I have a break. Now from here, I can come underneath the man. From here, I still have a break. Now I want to get rid of him, I just get rid of him. Once again, I turn away from the man. Or I just snap the arm. Normally, in most cases on the street, break the arm. The man's using a gun, he wants to hurt you with a gun, snap the arm. So, once again, slow, just so you can get an understanding. Can you face this way? Yes, sir. Okay. Cross over, straight. Cross down, like so. As you cross over and down, this is the motion. Take the gun out of the hand, lock the arm. So one more time, real fast. Again, you can practice this technique by using a cap gun. If the man shoots, you'll know if he's shooting late or if he's shooting on time. So from here, we lock. Now we also have the gun, we can strike in here after we break. Or from this position here, I come across, bam! Hit him with the base of the gun. Okay, or I can just turn the gun around. Okay, thank you. Please just look down. Hey, club. Club technique. I'm going to demonstrate some club technique. Club technique, number one will be common attack. Again, you'll see these self-defense techniques. Most of these, they come from the Oshitsuniwa Jiu-Jitsu system and the Ninjutsu Jiu-Jitsu system. They are self-defense techniques that are very clear-cut, concise techniques to the point. They're combat-oriented. They're not traditional. Your traditional jiu-jitsu techniques, once again, you can see the traditional jiu-jitsu techniques in the other video series that we have, which are your Ninjutsu Jiu-Jitsu and Yoshino-Niwa Jiu-Jitsu from white to black belt, traditional. Okay, but these are your combat, street self-defense technique. The club attack is very common also. It's a very strong, the techniques that we use at the club is quite a few. Each one of these techniques, I'm only showing you one or two, and of course, variations off these attacks so that you get an idea of what we try to work when we do the shark bait self-defense. We don't teach 50 different techniques. We teach a good 5 to 6 techniques off of one attack. Okay? So that the person can really understand those techniques and know that if he's in a situation where one way is not working, he can fall back on the other way. Okay? So the club, as the man comes in with the club, he's swinging it over the head. Okay? There's several different attacks from over the head. We try to get out from underneath the attack. As the man comes in from out from underneath, what we're trying to do is we try to rotate the body. Once the man commits himself with a club, we try to rotate, catch the arm, so you have the arm. See how I rotate? Commit yourself for the oh, please, all of a sudden he comes in, orient position, grab. The hand gets grabbed, and of course, we just catch this like a big mitt in the crock of our arm. When we catch it, as the man's coming, we don't stop it here. We let him flow, and we strike. So as he comes down, slow motion, catch, strike. Now we come back up, rotate the wrist like so, block. The club is now out of the hand. If he doesn't lose the club by this point, okay, then the next step, he'll lose the club. Then we just take from this position here, we swim this way. We come from here, 1, 2, 3. Now we have a lock here. Now from this position here, we just sit. This would be normally a technique you would use on your last attack if it's a multiple attack. If it's not, just break it from up high, that's it. We're just showing you the full defense if you need to use it. Normally in most situations, the first break will be sufficient on the street. The full technique, please. 1, 2, 3, lock straight down. And of course you have the break in here. Okay, notice the club was lost early on in this technique. So you can cushion yourself. If the guy holds on to the club, well, in most cases, it's a light club, a small, short club, he can hang on to it if he's strong. That's when you fall and use this technique. There's no way in the world to hang on when you do this. Second club technique. Next club technique will be a club technique coming from the side. Man comes in from the side, very, very simple technique. Man comes in from the side, we're just going to block. As we block, we're going to come across here, blocking over the bicep. From this position here, we're going to step back, boom. We're just going to break the technique here. Pull the arm up, straight down here. Drop the club. Now drop down. Of course, you have a lock in here. And he's in trouble here. So once again, please, move the club attack. Yes, sir. He goes in. 1. You don't want the club. If the club ends up, the arm, please, give me the club. The arm ends up past the shoulder. You're in trouble because even if you block, the club lets go and whack in the head. The object here is to make sure that you get back behind the shoulder slightly. So the club drops behind him. And not swings, you don't want the club swinging around your head. Okay? Very important. If by chance the trapdoor to that also, if the man does come around, all of a sudden we see him here, it's too late, that's when we move right into this position here. Of course, we have a lock in here. Take the club away here, and then he's yours. What we want to do is skip using the judo practitioners. Some of the judo practitioners will understand it's a kosher grip, which is around the head. We don't do the complete push, a half hit, whatever. So we just want to rotate, slow motion as he comes in. You run into trouble with this technique here, okay, or this technique here, okay? All we do is snap this back, snap this back. There's several ways to do this. You can come over the arm, or I should actually show you under the arm as well. Block from here, pulling it back this way, okay? Then you can drop it straight down. And of course, the other one is, if we know the man's coming, we turn around, we just finish this guy's gotta come and attack. Boom, we gotta move here. We want to attack it here, take the club away. Of course, we have to break in here too. Let's do that a little fast. It's real tough to do that slow. Sir. Be afraid to attack. Always hesitate, don't hesitate. Sir. Put that down, please. Sir. Now I'm just going to show you some grabs, some common attacks that you'll also see, which in the video, a lot of the students use these particular attacks. Okay, you'll see some ground techniques. I'm not going to get into too much detail. I just wanted to give you some instructional self-defense so you can learn a little bit about what you just saw. What you just saw in the shark bait pre-arrange are techniques that are done slowly so as to learn the full meaning of the technique and then done in a fast format. Each one of the students make up these particular attacks so that they can practice their technique. Then after they get good enough, and I believe they're good enough, they go into the non-pre-arrange in a slow format, and then it gets faster and faster and faster. And then we do it blindfolded, which we didn't show you in this video. We do everything blindfolded. Of course, you can't do too much swinging with blindfold. We do a lot of grabbing, bear hugs, chokes, blindfold, so you can feel the man. That's important. I'll show you two more techniques. The techniques are techniques that are real strong self-defense techniques for the street. They're done off a grab. Man comes in, he roughs you up, he grabs you, and he punches. We block again with the dead arm block. Okay? With dead arm block. All we're going to do from this position here is after we strike from this, rotate the hand. We don't want him using his hand against us, we rotate it. Now we rotate right underneath this arm. As you rotate underneath this arm, you hang on to it and lock. Let him lock his own arm. Now we have a gakun. As you can see the gakun here. He's wrapped up. Now he just dropped. Now he can't slap too easily. I have both hands. I lock this hand with the gakun straight down. Feel that, Pete?
Yes, sir.
I lock this hand down here. Now I have him completely. If I want to lean on him, I can lean on him here. Grab the groin. He's in trouble. He's wrapped up completely. Technique looks again like so. We want to try to rock the guy out. These are real effective techniques in the street. When a guy comes in swinging, all of a sudden swinging motion ends up where he wants to go. He's swinging this way, we just block it. As we block it, we rotate. So he's coming in, boom, boom. So as he comes in, hey, lock it up, straight in from this position here. Want to attack it here, hang on to him, or you take the hand here, which is the gakun, bring it to the pressure point of the ear. This part of the thumb, or I should say the index finger, goes right behind the ear, and we lock it here. Very effective technique. Next technique we're going to show will be technique from the front, bear hug. Man can do the bear hug, which is very common too. We strike down the leg. As we strike, 1, 2. Okay, this normally breaks the man away. Then we come in from here, Ouchigai, they call it, the throw, locking here, throwing the man down. Very effective. Real strong street technique. Again, especially if a man attacking you and you have your other attackers there, and you need to know they're coming, get rid of the man. If you're in a situation where you gotta act quick, and the man grabs you, this guy is real stupid about this grab. Why? Because all I gotta do is lean, bend my arm, grab tight, Pete. Squeeze me hard, okay? Just grab the hands right there, okay? You don't need all the fancy stuff. Boom. You can use this though. Once that loosens up, then we come across and you hook the leg, and then throw the man. Now we're ready for the next attacker. These are the shark bait. Out here. Shark bait, self-defense techniques, I should say the techniques you use in the shark bait, multiple self-defense techniques. They come from the Yoshiniwaga and the Nijuka system of Jiu-Jitsu, at least these particular techniques. Of course, we teach other ones that you can incorporate, and each one of my students have their own chance to make variations of their own technique once they become brown belt level, black belt level. You should not practice these techniques without guidance. If you do practice them, be very careful when you are working with a friend or a student or a black belt. The techniques that are very effective, of course, they're real tough to understand by showing you strictly in a video without feeling them. I always make sure that my students feel the attacks and understand, the defense rather, and understand the motion so that they can get a clear-cut feeling of pain on the wrist, pain on the throat. Pressure points that we also use is if a man comes in with a choke, like block here, we use a lot of pressure points you'll see in the shark bait. Why? Because that attack here, I show a lot of pressure points. This attack here, thyroid artery, to the larynx, okay? A lot of pressure points down in here, okay? A lot of pressure points to the head, throat area. Why? Because this will take a man out quick, okay? I did show one technique before. I'm getting carried away here. As he comes in, see, he comes in, sorry, comes in with a knife or a punch, knife or a punch from here. This technique, this is a great shielding device. We lock it, and then from here, we have this choke. Man's in big trouble. So this guy here is in big trouble. If he has a weapon or whatever, he's got to shoot this guy or he's got to go with the knife here. Now obviously, I told you before, if you see a gun, you're in trouble. Never forget, okay, that the gun is much mightier, okay, than a man's hands or feet. When a man points a gun at you, you have to be very cautious and be aware and think about what you're going to do, what your next step is going to be before you make it. But this particular technique here, from here, okay, it's just a choke. Now, if I want to break his neck, I just sit down with him and snap his neck forward. I don't want to get too carried away with these techniques. Again, you'll be able to see most of these techniques, 99.9% of them, in the self-defense that we show in our videos, Yoshitsuniwaza Ninja Card video series, from white to black belt. I'm also going to be teaching some of the favorite street self-defense techniques in an upcoming video also. So, with that, hopefully you've learned some of the techniques that you just witnessed in the pre-arranged and what you will witness in the non-pre-arranged shark bait self-defense movements. Please, Pete. Thank you. Great. Enjoy. Good. Last but not least is the shark bait self-defense techniques performed by each one of my students. What they will be doing, anything goes. Anything goes, which means it could be a hair grab, a choke, a club, a knife, any self-defense technique that they can work into the attack, they will. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Shark bait, multiple self-defense techniques. Ready?
Sure.
Begin. Anything. Anything goes. Anything. Attack. Any attack. Good. That's it. Don't worry. It's not going to be perfect. Go. Drive. Nice. Good. Drive, Chris. Drive. Beautiful. Nice. Drive. Yummy. Good. Keith, you're in there. Be neat. Use some more weapons, guys. Ready, set, and begin. Drive. Good. Nice choke. Good. Yummy. Sean, you're in. Grab those weapons. Get the garage. Ready, set. Anything goes. Grab this guy. Go. Nice. Good. That's it. Hang on to him. Good. Nice. Drive. Good. Watch that block. Good. Drive. Nice. Drive. Harder. Grab. Nice. Use pressure points on the throats too, gang. Good. Yummy. Last man. Who didn't go? You go, and then Frank. Ready, set, 2 men. Ready, go. Good. Nice, George. Good. Good. Keep that nice line. Yummy. Frank, you're in last. Let's go. Keep it moving. Go, grab him. Nice.
Nice. Good stuck on there. That's it. Go, 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 go. There he goes. Nice. Yeah. Good. Watch the choke. Good. Beautiful. Nice. Good. Now get in the middle of the mat. Yeah. One more. Right there. Yummy. Everybody up. Face me. Bow. Ready. Ready. Sit. Hey. Shark bait. Self-defense. Multiple defense. Thank you, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully you learned something from the multiple attacks. We did not show you how to exactly pick up what you can learn from what we showed you here today. In the Ninjuka and the Yoshitsune Waza Jiu-Jitsu systems, the tapes that you will see, how to part 1, part 2, part 3 in those particular systems, they will teach you most of the techniques that you just saw in the shark bait self-defense movements. It's been a pleasure. Again, my name is Michael DePasquale Jr. I am the publisher editor of Karate and Fitness International magazine. Thank you.